Hello artists, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Tribulations. We are going to hear the testimony of the bikini and cross-examine right away after that, so let's begin. I saw the murder weapon at around 11 PM, and after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there, I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile have been used. It takes 50 minutes to walk to the bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She can drive snowmobile after all. With this, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best shape. What with my back and my age, you know? Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here's the photograph. A snowmobile, see, well, it certainly is an interesting theory. The tracks begin in front of Hasakura Temple and run all the way to the Dusky Bridge. That's what your pesky little problem is. The Eagle River current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it a perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Did you really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? Mr. Ashbrook, your cross-examination, please. I saw the murder weapon around 11 PM, and after asking that, it would be reported I went out to the brigade. Refresh our memory. How long were you knocked out for? Like I said, somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes. It's possible to get the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile. I do concede that is more than enough time. Is that all you wish to concede, my Edward? As I recall, there was no snowmobile outside the main gate when you visited. That's it, that's the only one we have. It will run no matter how much it snow falls. No, you're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived? Yes, of course. It was parked in front of the gate. So she had already gone, discarded the murder weapon and returned by the time. I'm not sure if this is really relevant, but what should we do? I need to answer to every possible doubt. The snowmobile in question, was it still warm at the time? Huh? What do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean is, eh? What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth? I played to a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that using a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, then it means that it was recently used. Oh, I see, I never thought of that. Oh, that's right, I overlooked that too. Of course you did. Then answer the question, please, witness. I don't often go around touching hot engines. However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it. Snow? Yes, for some reason on the snowmobile was... sorry. Yes, for some reason on the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow. Curses! Is it highly likely that the killer did use the snowmobile anyway? How long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge by snowmobile? reason to feed the fire? Was there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon? Luckily, there's certainly a problem with this testimony. All I have to do is stop poking holes in this flopped account. It was the right dialogue, but it was the wrong evidence I took. With this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowball was used on the night of the murder. You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems well assured, my sister. However, if that what the witness says is true, why is there only one set of tracks? What do you mean? Iris left Hasakura Temple through the weapon into the river and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks in the snow. Thus from heading out to the bridge, and thus from the coming back. Oh, you're right. You're forgetting one thing, Max Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes the previous precious contradiction now, doesn't it? I see. Well, while she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving it just the return marks of the snow. What do you have to say now, Mr. Miles Edgeworth? Is there a flaw in your theory? This area the snow will cover one set of tracks. The tracks to the river was covered by snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Volcama, that is impossible. Would you care to explain? Why is there a rude index finger currently pointing in my general direction? No need. The evidence will do all talking for me. On the night of the murder, the killer went to return from Dusky Bridge. In order to dispose of the murder weapon, the outgoing tracks were erased by snow. Also claimed Mrs. Mokarma. Mr. Archer, please present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow. Take that. Here's the evidence. What do you have to say to... This reminds me of when I was a little hockey goon in my training. When I was a child, I hoped for school to be cancelled to heavy snowfall. Perhaps, Mr. Edgeworth, it would have been better for you at the court time snowed in. That's... Nothing else? Nothing else. Oh dear. You said I missed my Edgeworth. No. In which case, there has to be evidence that can undeniably prove something doesn't match up. I was going to show you the tracks, footprints, so... Would this please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime? Like I said, it was around 11. Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after the time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is a weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder. The weather report? Snow started to fall at 7 PM, but it stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 PM, the snow had already stopped falling. It is possible for the tracks made after the time to have been covered up. Ah! Oh, order! Very well done. It looks like Miss Karma's claim has been snowed in. You see what I did that? Yoke! Ah! It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this then. When is the weather report ever correct? Oh, no, you got it all wrong. This is a forecast. This is actual data. Yeah! Forecast data. All weather reports have some occurrences. It may have been snowing in a weekend well past 11 p.m. It's true. We got a beard troll to shore. What? How did she put that off? It has stopped snowing at House of Turnabout where the murder took place. It provides conclusive evidence of this. Yeah, close one. There's no turning back now. Very well. I too cannot allow any doubt to remain concerned in this testimony. Ha! You can back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth. Very well done, Miss Edgeworth. Where is your evidence that it is already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? Ultimately, it all comes down to the one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed. Sorry. That's right, but proving that is... It can be easy. If you want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I refer you to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception. And that is... the victim herself, Miss Elise Tuxton. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It has stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon, then this photograph, there should be two sets of tracks. Ah! Order! Yes, what are you? Yes, but you're suggesting, Miles Edgeworth. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but there's simply that all of the facts point to. That night, someone used the snowboard to leave Hasakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusk Bridge. At the time, there was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were gone. Then, when this person returned to Hasakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained. Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me. What does, sister? There's only one key for the snowmobile. Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the feather had it. The key was found in the room after murder. Which can only mean the night. Iris used the snowmobile to go to the temple. But Iris said she never went there. I should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance. The snowmobile cannot get across the suspension bridge, so she must have left it on the Hasakura side of the bridge across the foot. That sounds right. But what's all this when it left Iris and returned to Hasakura Temple? I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything near Dusk Bridge. You must have just failed to see it, sister. Maybe, but when I made it back to Hasakura Temple, it was there by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow too. But that is possible. Order court. What does it all mean? Yeah. So then what was the snowball used for? If it wasn't taken by the defender when she went to the temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't have possibly seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If it was the case, then there should be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. Are they blind or something? All we know is, after some snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Asgore Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble. No, I didn't either. I think we are arrived at the point due to the witness. Yes, and nothing more to add. I told you everything I know. Well then, that leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify I've seen the most snowmobile. A witness, huh? Was there no one out walking perhaps near the bridge at night? I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wondering that. Unless they had something really important to do. That's a shame. Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may all gone wandering out that summer night. Your Honor, I actually have an idea. There may be one individual able to help us. Really? You know someone who may have seen a snowmobile on the night of the murder? I don't know for sure if he saw it or not, but there are 2 things about him that had to come to mind. Which are, first, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder. And the second being? This individual that they've been thinking of when wandering outside on the cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. Mr. Ashworth, who is this idiot you're talking about? A boot? This guy must be a brother of Jan-Luc de la Rouge guide to obnoxious French painting. This is Larry Butts, the student of the victim, and he's Dixon. A student? Interesting. Why was he wandering on the night of the murder? I could tell them all about his designs for Iris, but it may cost him his credibility as a witness before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was perhaps searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him. Although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason. And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, what exactly was it that he saw? I intend to extract that from him, right here in the courtroom. Somebody shoot as a witness immediately. And no choice, do I? I believe he's in the gallery for his trial. It will not take long to summon him. Very well. Larry, you may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you. The court will now adjourn for 20-minute break. Miss Falcone, please see to preparing the next witness. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well done, court is now in recess. Oh my god, this trial is long. Excuse me, Mr. Ashworth, I'm not really sure what to say. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are 2 things we shall need to ask you before we reconvene. Alright, I will help you any way I can. First, about the night. You really didn't go in the temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying. Mr. Ashworth, it is just as I said yesterday. A little incident occurred. I was in my own room in the secret temple. Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple snowball was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile? There's only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could use it was me. So it was you? But why? What made you go out to the bridge? I'm sorry, Miss Ashworth. No. Iris. I can't tell you about that yet. Yet? Not until her safety is confirmed. Her? The safety of the acolyte. The acolyte, huh? She's supposed to be talking about Maya. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Tuxnam? No matter who or what may come, I will never take a life. As thought. No cyclock. Very well. It is my job to get the truth. You will discover this for yourself soon enough. Court will now reconvene. Miss McCallum, where is the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very tensely. There you asked what the witness was sketching when he was detained. He drew a terrifying woman armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. So, he was throwing you? I cannot presume that his intention was to capture you. Ah! Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Norris Duxname, I hope you're ready to get in here. It would seem that Whip is going to see plenty more to use today. Ouch! Your sketch is in the content of this court. Hey! I was just article. You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your sub-poena, correct? Look, I'm nothing but a French artist. Training out to the mountains. I wanted down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term to color bird, radiant. Larry, this is an art school store, now is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, what is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields? I presume you wanted to say field work, I hope. That's it, thanks, buddy. It's kind of sad that I wasn't able to understand this mangled train wreck sentence. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I got nothing to do with this trial after all. I expect all of your faces to be red when you realize this mistake, bright red, and to use the technical term, crimson grey. Ouch! Ow! Ouch! Stop your pathetic blabbing and testify like a man. Refrain from whipping me before combat cross between is as bad as the cross checking. But that was not your fault. Testify now. This is almost too much for me. I was at the lodge out in the mountains looking up to the stars tonight. I walked on the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see the snowmobile. I didn't meet anyone at the bridge that night. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Are they edgy? With this, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyer during your testimony. I used nobody, nothing but a small part of man, aren't I? And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation or anything else? Is that right? This man seems to be quite severe infection complex. He recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself. Just so much of a nuisance he has been to other people. Yeah, that's right. I'm behind everything. Every case. Watch out, okay? Just touch me will make you entirely happy. Well, then let's proceed with the cross-examination without touching, thank you. We can delve into all the details at a later time. Larry, you really didn't see it? Hey, no need to hit your desk, I can hear you. I didn't see anything. I didn't see it. It is snowmobile. Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile. If you try nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? Shut up! What is this? I don't know what else ask me. Is this that you need to start from a more obvious projection? I'm going to strike the blow when we finally get you to spill the beans. Larry Butts, I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry! But have you realized just how much of nuisance you have been? That could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound the way to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incident you created. You're great, but you don't need pity in this of me. Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Since the beginning of the scene the murder took place, asked Phyllis Wright to report it. Thus he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There he happened to cross a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. That's right, me and the Fletch. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause this as incident. Larry else will change. But what do you want me to do then? Larry, what you need to do is change yourself. What you saw that night. Testify truthfully. That is all you can do for now. Actually, I think I've fully woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I will do it. I will testify. Well, I'm sure this is very should go well. I will ask you again then, witness. What do you see on the night of the murder? I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been 10:30. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window, and the screaming was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went away to the shack to check it out. That's when I ran to Nick. You certainly saw quite a lot, did you? So what happened to the bridge after they caught the fire? It was like me after a 3 days stint of chasing a girl. It would burn out, like I was totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was that cause. Trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall. What did you say? Oh, don't worry, nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. It's always hard to know if it should be called lucky or unlucky. So she didn't know about the incident? No, Mr. Shaw, please commence your cross-examination. How did Phineas Rush look when you met him? It looked like a beaten up bull. He was dead tired. I mean, he had to run all the way from Hussingor Chapel. Yes, he stood, staring at me, breathing hard for a moment. How far is it to Hussingor Chapel from the bridge? On his legs, a 50-minute run, I'd say. That's when the murder reported. That's right. That's right. And then he took a fall from the bridge. He told me about the burning bridge yesterday, but there's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. Seeing that, what did you do? What do you think? I was burned up as well, for fire of heart. And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge? Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so at first I forget it, we don't even covers. But it had pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know, I changed my mind. I'm not sure if I care for the forget it attitude you had at first with this. You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was it? The night you fell at the bridge caught a fire, maybe around 5 minutes. I mean, I suddenly thought, gonna go check this out. How far is this small shack away from the bridge? I don't know, well, it had pretty much stopped snowing, so I guess about 5-minute walk. How long did the dusty bridge look when you got there? Like I had recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids were to make doing school camping trips or can compare. Well, should I press on it more before? Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it that what is with the serious face? What do you call anyone? Eh? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try to tell someone. And there's a public phone right by the Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course, I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Okay, why reason? It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, I just didn't have time to, okay? What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half? And if you really must know, I was busy being excited, I guess. Excited? Dare I even ask? I set the meeting time as 10 PM, right? But I couldn't wait, and I thought she might have come in early too. Well, the Tribulations didn't come at all in the end. Because they never arranged the meeting in the first place, did they? Shut up! Don't go picking on my phone memories apart. Anyway, I was going to get a little worried. I thought maybe Iris had lost her way, so every 30 minutes or so I went out to the bridge. But I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her.
Hold it!
You claim to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as Wright? Yeah! I thought I'd better tell someone about it. But then Nick came up yelling about murder. It totally made me forget about the bridge. The fire was pretty much out by then anyway. What's this feeling? I suddenly have a terrible case of unease. It was after contacting the police and the feelings that Felix Wright felt from the bridge, correct? Yeah, that's pretty much it, more or less. He told me about the burning bridge yesterday, blah 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 blah.
Objection!
Yeah, but this is being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. What the hell? You make me sound like a sort of alien. But just what is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. I've never been the best at the timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes of the period of what you follow him on the bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up here? Tell about us. This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge. Immediately went to see what happened. Is this correct? Yeah, well, I was at about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data for the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge. Meaning you probably got there around 11. That all sounds about right, I guess. But then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 PM is the where the murder occurred in Hasakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there, in the courtyard. There's no way that Larry could have encountered him at the skirmish at the time. Oh, excuse me, I have an objection. You do? Actually, how many times do you have to say that? I have to say, I'm not very Louise texted him. Yeah! It has not been proven yet that the murder occurred at 11 PM. The sisters only said around 11, in which case, they could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Bishop Francisco Calmar slope. I had it slippery, for there is still no way that Wright could have been at the skirmish at 11 PM. And why not? It is written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15, which means what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge as it was burning that night. He did not arrive there until after the flames had died down. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 PM. Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. Are you still trying to hide something for us? What happened during this missing 50 minutes? I feel like I was just woke up. I guess I was just sleeping after all. Pitch me. Hold on. So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that much of a problem. Yeah, not much of a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes, so there's a phone right next to it. What then did you not report the accident? Did you simply watch the bridge burn? There is a problem here. Even after the bridge burnt out, it was still there. He simply stood there and didn't report anything. That's what it sounds like. This might be Larry we are talking about, but even he is incapable of being so stupid. There has to be a reason for his inaction. Edgy, I think it's about time I get serious with you, dude. Just as I thought, you have been playing with us all this time. Listen, I'm going to tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it? Yes. I may really say it this time. Just say it. Very well, I have a terrible feeling about this. Bad feeling about this. However, let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 50-minute gap, what were you doing with this? I was texting him and they were honest. What do you think I was doing? Sketchy in front of the bridge. I was split up into a friends and fart. The shock on the out that I was feeling had transferred it on direction to the bridge. Before he realized that the flames had gone out and he came running. I suppose all these can be strange people. That's right, I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw a perfect sketch. Including the truth from the sound of it. Mr. Ashworth, has this been removed the last of his doubts? Not all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did you think he needed to hide it from us until now? I detected trying to reason out of him. Ha! Ha! You regret this, don't you? Okay, guys, I have to end this episode. Oh my god, Larry's really difficult to cross-examine. Because he forgets things, he just doesn't tell the truth, and all that. He like he usually is. So anyways, we're going to continue next time, so thank you for watching, leave a like or subscribe if you liked it, and thank you for